You seem to. Oh, really? But you seem to not be in that era anymore. You're not saying stuff that's.
That's not true though. Like I still no. I say that I'm pretty good. I say the same kind of shit. But like, but there were things that were like. Well, first of all, there were a couple times I was interviewed by people I could tell were just fucking dying to get in there and like say like that theater shoot was really tough for me.
How come?
I just felt like I don't know. I just felt like the questions were
Invasive.
I felt like they were basic on purpose. But I don't know.
What do you mean basic on purpose? I'm curious.
You know, like the feminist question.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm like, I've got tons of women in my life. Love women. Support women. You know, so I just felt like, why don't we? I just always felt like, why don't we talk about the music first, and then.
I'm actually gonna put this, I think, over here just so I can make sure I pick up your voice. Is it working? I think so.
Do you want to listen and
see?
see?
As long as it does, yeah. Well, it's funny. I was gonna actually ask you about this, not about your relationship to feminism, but because now you have been talking about politics a little bit more.
I have, because culturally things have shifted. It's more appropriate now than like being under the Obama administration, where I think at least everyone I knew in Brooklyn, in the city, felt safe under. And like I didn't know that many people in LA or Midwest, but it was a good time. Felt like we were on the up and up.
And I was listening to the song about God Bless America. I mean, America is obviously such a big theme for you.
It is a big theme.
And I just wonder because like it's hard to be like I've been in Europe and I'm like a little not embarrassed, but
yeah.
I wonder like if America is such a theme in your music and how much you love Americana. You're saying on that song. Well, what are you saying on that song?
On God Bless.
Yeah, and like you're saying. What do you? I tried to write down your exact line, but you're sort of saying like still be proud, like America's not over yet or something.
Well, like in the other song, when the world was at war, we kept dancing. I like in the second verse, I wrote, you know, like boys don't make too much noise, don't try and be funny. Other people may not understand. Like, look, can you tone down your overt, like boisterous, you know, rhetoric that isn't working here and isn't translating across the ocean either, you know, across the pond. So, like, that was one thing I was thinking of in that song. And then in God Bless America, it was more just like a little shout out to the women, and also, you know, anyone else who doesn't always feel safe walking down the street late at night, you know, or that's what I was thinking of when I wrote those B sections, like, even when I'm alone, I'm not lonely, I feel your arms around me. It's not always how I feel when I'm walking down the street, but sometimes in my music I try and write about a place that I'm gonna get to.
Wait, so you say walking down the street, like, are you talking about as a woman? Like,
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
What made that become? Was there something that?
Because women started to feel less safe under this administration, like instantly. I don't know if it was the rhetoric that was being thrown around, but instant female groups actually springing up in houses all over cities, D.C., L.A., New York, not a joke. Like before the women's marches, like constant online conversation that's still going on about, like, what if they take away Planned Parenthood? What if we can't get birth control? Like, what if, you know, something happens and then I don't have access to... I mean, those were never really questions before. Like,
do you feel unsafe now?
I feel less safe than I did when Obama was president.
How does that make you feel? Like, well, not how does it make you feel, but like, I guess I was thinking about like...
It's brought up... I think it's also brought up character defects in people who already have the propensity to be violent towards women, or to be like
racist or homophobic,
or all that stuff. Like that, it's not a joke. Like when you have a leader at the, you know, top of the pyramid who's kind of casually, jokingly being loud and funny about things like that, women or whatever, or everything you just said. You know, it's like. So you have to be really in tune with everybody to know that that has a huge influence on everybody, and I saw it right away in LA. walking down the street, things people would just say to you that that I had never heard. Like, it was just totally different.
Interesting.
It was different right away.
Interesting.
That's why when people asked me about certain things before, I was like, I don't know, I'm not really experiencing personal discrimination as a woman. I feel like I'm doing well. I feel like people I headline shows just like The Weeknd does, or whoever, and but yeah, I feel like now when people ask me those questions, I do feel a little differently.
Well, I'm curious too, because it's like, if you're trading in Americana so much.
Trading.
Well, I mean, like.
See, here's the reason why I asked Stevie next to like be on the record is because one way she's similar to me is like she changes when her environment changes, and I'm that way as well. Courtney Love, who I love, is a little like that too. So like for me,
You're a Gemini, change with you.
yeah, like America. Yeah, like America needs to be a safe place to me because it's like the geographic location changes me, like depending on where I am.
Right.
That's why, like, if I had my way, and I do, I stay in the same spots that feel vibrationally good to me, and they never get old, they never get boring. I really respond to place. Yeah, whether it's like a club or whatever.
But like, but America right now has this like, I mean, I didn't mean to start the interview off this way, but we started talking about it. But like, if Trump is like the American brand now, does it feel different to like sort of love Americana? Like, how does that make you feel when you're like, so many of your songs are about this sort of like romance of Americana, and now we have this disgusting person.
Yeah, it's certainly uncomfortable.
Like,
I definitely changed my visuals on my video tour. I'm not gonna like have the American flag waving.
Right.
Like, well, I'm singing Born to Die. It's not gonna happen. I'd rather have like static. Because it's a transitional period, and I'm super aware of that. I think it would be inappropriate to be in France, like, as an American. It would feel weird to me now. Didn't feel weird in 2013 on my little arena tour. Yeah.
But you can still find some romance about America. Or is that something maybe you can't a little bit?
Well, in When the World Was at War, We Kept Dancing, I was posing a real question to myself. Well, and all those guys in the studio were so close, We didn't know we were going to start walking in and mean every day, talking about what was going on. We hadn't ever done that before, but, I mean, as you know, every day during the election, you'd wake up and like some new horrible thing was happening, or with Korea, so missiles suddenly being pointed at like the western hemisphere coast, and so we were talking about it a lot. So in God Bless America, or in When the World Was at War, We Kept Dancing, it was more of just a question of like, could this be like the end of an era, like the fall of like Rome, or they say every great.
That's what people were saying.
Well, that's what it triggered. When everything started getting weird in London and Brexit, and like it happened at the same time, and that I think when that happened, everyone got really nervous, because like I was hoping like that sort of like vibe of chaos would be isolated to the country, but then UK is still very much our mother country, even for people who are super young, like, and don't know or feel that, like, when things get weird in London, I feel it. Maybe because everyone, my managers are London and are British.
But yeah, I mean, one thing that, is it working? Oh, that button's broken.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's working. But one thing that I was hearing on the record is like, your world in past albums has been sort of this little world, sometimes between just you and one person.
Really small.
Small, and all of a sudden, it's like you're looking around.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, how does, that's super interesting to me, that you're sort of, like, it's like you opened your eyes and looked in a different direction. Is that how it feels?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you're trying to write.
I don't have to, like, try too hard. It's like the lyrics are responsive to how my inner conversation and inner world is developing. It's just, I think developmentally I was in like the same place for a very long time, and then just took me longer than most people to kind of be able to be more out there. Also, getting really famous doesn't really help you grow with the community. So that's sometimes can be, took like a little courage on my behalf, being more naturally shy to like just go out there and be out there, even if I felt like people were looking at me, whether it's just like walking downtown or all that stuff. So it's taken stretching on my part to just continue to integrate into like local community, global community, grow as a person.
Fame can be isolating or something.
It's gonna be isolating, period, for sure. I mean, unless you stretch past it, but it takes like so much footwork, I feel. Like getting over the uncomfortability of maybe being the one person in the room who everyone recognizes rather than the person sitting next to you. But then you get used to it.
So
but it's like, it takes like a lot of...
So what have you done to be, because one of the things I was going to talk to you about is that, you know, I've been following your career since the beginning.
Yeah.
You seem really at peace right now. Like, I see your social media, you're hanging out, you're just kind of doing your thing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, so how do you consciously, you kind of seem like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. So why are you having a good time? What's going on?
It's so funny. Well, like the last few years, like I mean, I'm out all the time.
Like out in where?
I'm out like clubs, bars.
Really?
I see shows.
In LA.
Yeah, like I'll see if they're, you know, like if Roger Waters is playing or Guns N' Roses or Kendrick Lamar, you know, like I'm there, you know. So, and I've it's been that way for like 3.5 years or something. But so just continuing to just be in the mix, you know. I think I was just more quietly in the mix before, like always through the back door, like do not tell anyone I'm coming. I just want to go to see the show. And now I've kind of done that for enough years and like relaxed into it where now like I'll just show up. I don't need like a special ticket. I'll just go sit wherever. Like it feels a little bit more like I'm myself again, just because it just like that's why I still sing my songs through. I'm like I need so much practice. I can't. I'm not, other than my singing, which is like a one take all the time or 2 takes. Everything else I need a lot of like a little bit hand holding through and practice with. So yeah, I feel like I've just done stuff enough where I'm like.
Because you're shy.
Yeah, because I'm shy.
You're just really shy.
Yeah.
Have you always been?
I've always been that way. Yeah, even like when I did my first open mic night, like at Galapagos or Layla Lounge on 7th Street in Williamsburg, or what, that was like my first one. I couldn't even believe I was up there. But now, like if I was me now, then I could do it without like literally having my back to the crowd. But you know what? Even then, like, and this is like 13 years ago, like 18 or something, or 19. Like everyone was they kind of knew right away. You know, it wasn't an act. I was just super nervous. Was there on my own, and I feel like it just took me a long time to kind of warm up to everything.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel warmed up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know guys, like, mostly, like, guys in bands are, like, you know, like, rocky or able, like, they don't get nervous, like, at all, period. They fucking live for the stage and the show. So
you do.
I mean,
you said not anymore.
Now I'm in more in that spot, but, yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're feeling good, I think all of your fans are responding to that in a really nice way. You're smiling on the album.
I know.
And I wonder, like, the last album you have a line that says, I have nothing left to live for. And now you're, like, singing a song called Love. And
yeah.
I'm curious, like, I guess what I'm asking again is, like, how did you get to that place? Like, what, you seem...
I made personal commitments.
To what? Like, what do you mean?
Well, that's personal. But you know, like I had made really important decisions to myself when I was young, 17 and 18, about things I felt like were important to me, ways I wanted to move forward with the music. Like, I knew I always wanted it to be about the music and not about, I don't know, not about extraneous, like, flashy things. Like, I wanted it to be about the words and production. So those were, like, small personal plans. And like, I made more in the last few years about, like, things I didn't want to keep doing.
Like what?
You know, I had some people in my life that I really felt like made me a worse person. And so, you know, just was not sure if I could step out of that box of familiarity, which was like having everything be hard, having a lot of people around with a lot of problems, feeling like that was comfortable and home base. And so
how did it make you so, like... So
because it's all I know. It's the only thing
these
I know.
were people from your past, kind of, that have just...
Past, present, up until...
And they were just, like, toxic people? But,
Yeah.
and so did you have to make you made an effort and you said, I have to switch?
Yeah, switch is the word.
What were those conversations, those hard conversations?
Some were not conversations. They were, like, just never speaking to again. And then some people who I felt like were reasonable enough to even just say, you know, with people who are toxic, you really can't reason with unreasonable people. Well, I was spent my whole life reasoning with crazy people, and now, because I felt like everyone deserved a chance, but they don't. You know, it's like sometimes you just have to step away without saying anything. I guess I always felt like that was copping out or them. So, yeah, it took me a long time to just kind of realize what worked for me.
Did you make new friends?
Yeah.
Where just like how if you're Lana Del Rey, how do you make new friends?
It's so easy.
Really?
Yeah. It's just easy. I mean, I'm out all the time, and you know, like when I was, you know, like when I realized Miles Kane was in town, this singer from the UK. Like, I went down and stepped into his band for a few months, and then like loved all those band members' girlfriends, and or like Father John Misty, who I loved. His wife Emma Tillman is like a very close friend and confidant. No, they're like living life on the wild side.
You love 60s stuff and 70s stuff. Like, did you ever do acid?
I never did acid.
Like, did you?
I don't know how that would go. Oh my God, probably so badly.
Well, I was gonna ask too, but like, I want to ask about your sister.
Mm-hmm.
When I was saying that I was gonna interview you, a lot of people were like, ask about her sister.
Well, it's funny actually. Like, I really wanted her to come down because I felt I didn't know who was coming. I was like, is it Laura Snipes? I was like, can you tell me, is her first name Laura? Well, I read the Ed Sheeran review. I was like, oh my God. It was like instantly viral. I was like,
oh, so you read the internet?
Oh yeah. I'm not like, I'm there.
What do you read on the internet?
Whatever. I'm like, I read whatever comes up on the news feed. Like, you know, I'm not like 5 hours a day, but I'm online like every day.
What do you binge watch?
Bachelor.
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
That's not what I was expecting you to say, but that's cool.
We should call my sister.
Well, I want to ask, like, she seems to have a creative influence on you.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how you like it. You guys also sort of express this incredible love for each other on social media. That's very endearing.
Yeah.
Like, I find it very sweet, and so I'm curious, like, what she means to you, both creatively and just personally.
There's just like not enough time. It's such a layered question.
Does she help you creatively? Do you feel like does she point you in directions?
No, but she's with me every step of the way. And then she has her own work, which is like I'm kind of like with her on that journey, which is so different. Like whether she's shooting with Thorns or all these people now, I'm like, wow. You know, like I might go down there, and obviously I can't do what I used to do, which is like help her be her assistant or the lighting stuff.
You used
So
to do that?
awkward. Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
like recently you did that, even after Lana.
I did that up until a year and a half ago, but then she started shooting artists only, and I was like,
You would show up to a shoot.
yeah. But when it became like, ooh, she was shooting Big Sean down in Chinatown, I was like, yeah, I don't think I can assist you. I feel like he's probably gonna know who I am, but I'm not sure. But when you ask me that, the first thing that comes to mind is like, I'm just like really, protective. Really protective. Want her to do well and like be acknowledged for the artist she is, because I really think her aesthetic is different from most people's and reminds me of like a Jürgen Teller, or she has like a real behind the scenes like vibe. Like she captures those in between moments that, yeah, and she's very much like my little sister, like my little.
How much younger is she?
She's only 2 years.
I'm curious, one thing, like, what aspect of your career makes you feel proud and, like, accomplished? Like, is there a moment, that makes you be like, oh, shit? Like,
my relationships,
what do you mean?
like being able to go across the street to Interscope and, like, see Steve Berman or John Janik, or, like, my A&R guy who signed me 7 or 8 years ago, who was from upstate New York as well.
The relationship. What about like musically or a performance or
the records? Like I love my records.
You love them.
I love them. Like Honeymoon, I love like the title track of that record, or Terrence Loves You, and like I'm proud of the way I've put parts of my story into songs in ways that only I understand. See, my own opinion's really important to me, and it really starts and stops there. Other than the fact that, like, when I read things, obviously sometimes I cringe if they're really bad. Like, for sure, I acknowledge that. But like, in terms of my gauge of what's good, it doesn't even begin or end with Rick. It's really just what I think.
It's internal.
Yeah. I have an internal framework that is the only thing I measure it by. But I mean, like I said, that being said, it doesn't change me being like, oh, fuck. Like, if I read something, like, awful by, like, a really, like, prestigious, like, whatever. But,
Do you read that stuff?
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't read it. When a record comes out, I read all the reviews, for sure.
Wow.
But, like, I don't, like, with Summer Bummer and Groupie Love, like, I'll have no idea what people will be saying about that. Only because it just took so long just to get it out. I'm so done. Like, I post on Instagram and I'm done. But, what did I check the other day, though? That I read something that was funny. Oh, yeah, I went to look at the Lust for Life video and I saw that comment about the pop star thing. I was like,
that's funny.
I know.
Do you feel like you're playing the part of a pop star? Does that feel accurate to you?
I don't even know. That's why it's funny. I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. Well, I think it's a much it's like, there's a looser boundaries on genres today. Like, even from 9 months ago, I feel.
But I also wondered when I was listening to, especially the 2 songs yesterday, I wondered if you were stepping into, like you've done this incredible thing where you are wildly successful, but you're not really played on the radio. You don't need those common things. But hearing the 2 songs from yesterday, I thought maybe she's trying to ease herself into the pop world a little bit more.
It's more just hip-hop.
It's hip-hop.
Yeah, I don't care about pop.
You want to be in hip-hop.
I am in hip-hop. Like, it's just my personal relationships with artists have always been, like, R&B and hip-hop. At least since I got more well-known. Like, whether it was, like, Rocky or Abel or whatever Michael made, just in terms of people I chat with.
Well,
and, like, having Jimmy Iovine as, like, my boss, essentially, since I was, like, 26 or whatever, he had an influence on me, and Steve Berman, who was his CFO or whatever the position was before John Janet came in, I signed to Interscope because its legacy, I felt, was founded on hip-hop. So that was really important to me. Yeah.
And then you took, with Ultraviolence, you kind of took this sharp turn
to
a rock world.
Which, like, what, I didn't want I didn't want the production to be rock per se. I just didn't want anyone meddling in my songwriting choices. Like, I wanted to go to Nashville and, like, I told everyone, like, it's not going to be a big record, but, like, people will be able to really hear the words for what I'm saying, rather than, like, be distracted by a big production. And then I did the same thing with Honeymoon as well. Again, everyone, like, around here heard it and was like, it's a cool record. Like, you know it's not going to be on the radio, though, right? And I was like, yeah.
Well, do you ever feel pressure to make a big record? Like,
no. That I told Jimmy when I signed him, I was like, because he loved video games. When I walked in, he was like playing it on a projector, and I was like, if you want to sign me, this is all it's ever gonna be. Like it, and I was like, and by the way, though, it's on the radio, like on Radio 1, and he was like, that's awesome.
So what is success to you then?
Being able to say that, and like having people already know. You know, like, already get it. Like Vic, you know, I went through 111 producers just to find someone who says yes all the time. Everyone's so obsessed with saying no, or, like, the break you down to build you up mentality. Like, I've met producers, crazy, egotistical producers who, like, you know, want you to sing super straight without any personality in your voice, so you sound like you're really American. Like, they don't want any of that, like, whatever I might sound like when I get excited or whatever. You know, they don't want any of that extra, like, flavor. So
the point is, you know what Lana Del Rey wants to do, and you found people that can facilitate it.
Yeah. Because, like, as an artist, you can get really disappointed when the head of your label says, like, that's not good, or if your manager is like, that's weird. It's like, you don't want to listen, but it can be disheartening. So just finding people who are, like, not psychopaths is a huge triumph.
Let's talk about the album. It's one thing that I thought when I was listening, particularly to the last couple songs, is it's incredibly earnest.
It is a little earnest.
Which is, I mean, I don't know.
Why am I, like, laughing? Yeah.
That's a little different for you because
it is different.
Where does that come from? Like, why do you think you're making, like, there's no irony to it. There's not even, like, any...
I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change.
You're trying to change.
Trying.
Yeah, you say that on a song.
Because I don't know yet.
Change from what to what?
Change from the way I thought things were going to be to the way I feel like they could be, which is maybe just brighter.
Brighter. So you're like you're trying to say, I'm trying to step into happiness a little bit.
I think so. Or, like, maybe more than that, taking more right actions rather than waiting, like, hoping, and making my own job writing. I did a lot for other people, too, throughout my whole life. Like, I did a lot of volunteering and a lot of, like, giving and being on that end of things, and, like, not really knowing what to do a lot of the time other than make music. So
I guess I always wondered too, like, if you make sad music, which you did for so long, does it mean you're sad?
Yeah,
it does.
I think for most people, regardless of what they say, yeah, it's probably a direct reflection of the inner world. Yeah, I mean, my first record, I didn't feel upset. I felt like, regardless of how, like, that was interpreted, like, whether video games seemed to be apathetic or not, or whatever, I felt in the moment, like 20 to 24 or whatever, I felt, like, very excited. And then I think I felt a little bit more, like, confused.
Once you became a star?
Yeah, not because of that, though. Just because enough things had happened, like, compoundedly, that I found to be pretty difficult, that I felt like...
Well, when you sort of woken, like, you're sort of you're thinking about politics in a different way. You think about it. When you hear a lyric like "He hit me and felt like a kiss" out of interpolation.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't.
You're upset that exists. Are you gonna sing it? Are you done?
I don't sing it. I sing Ultra Violence, but I don't sing that line anymore.
Wow. So, you like it?
Because that was, in a relationship, having someone be, like, aggressive was the only relationship I knew.
Oh, that was true. That was a part of Lana that's true.
I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, that was, 100% true, but what I do feel comfortable saying is, yeah, what I was used to was a difficult, tumultuous relationship, and it wasn't because of me. It didn't come from my end. And obviously there are reasons for that and all that stuff, but
So you want to present a different face to the world, right? No.
No, I don't care. I just am different.
You just are different.
Mm-hmm.
When
But it's not like, I'm like, hot, fucking different, it's not like that. It's just more like, I am a little bit different, and even being a little bit different makes me not want to sing that line. I didn't have to change a lot to understand what I was saying. Whereas before, to me, it just was what it was. I was like, what? Like, and? Like, I deal with it. Deal with my lyric. You're not dealing with it. So, I was very, annoyed when people would ask me about that lyric. I was like, who are you?
Well, because I have to tell you,
yeah.
Well, no, keep going.
No. Sorry.
No, say.
I actually have nothing to say.
Okay. Love made me cry when I first heard it because it was very soon after the Trump stuff, and it was very hard for me to find joy in any culture.
Yeah.
And it was really a curious moment for you to all of a sudden think to the future and put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
And I wondered, I wondered about that.
Well, first of all, I'm glad that you felt something when you heard that song. And, I've always felt like it was very easy for me to be, there for people. Whether it's fans or whoever, Rick or anybody, really. But in that moment, I felt like it also was not a burden, and it was like a pleasure just to be up front and center and to, I feel like that mattered in a good way, and I don't know, it felt easier to be, on stage.
One thing that's interesting about that song to me is, I wondered, you're talking about the youth on that song?
Yeah.
You're no longer, I'm 31,
yeah.
I think we're about the same age.
Yeah.
So much of your music is, you have a song called Young and Beautiful.
Yeah.
And, which, the message of that song, as a gay...
And that was for Daisy as well.
Fair enough. But it feels well enough. It feels very...
I know it does.
But
it may as well not have been for it, but yeah.
Well, but as a gay man, I feel I have similar fears about, my prime ending, And I'm curious, how you're finding, you saying Young and Beautiful, which is, a fear that I think a lot of people have. How are you finding being 31, 30, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And you're singing about the youth on Love, who are someone else now. How are you finding being, not, just a bit older?
First of all, I'm so in touch with, I've always, had my finger on the pulse. And one thing I can say is, I feel like things are changing a lot. 31, 32 is still really young. It's still part of this extended generation.
Do you still feel young and beautiful?
Yeah, I do. I am. God. But I know what you mean. I mean, first of all, when you're an artist, you're always young. You're just because you're always on shows or on stage and at shows, and so I mean, there's not as many signifiers to tell you you're getting older. There's just it's kind of a little bit of the same thing every day, but different people. So there's that. But I mean, I just feel like maybe it's because with the internet, I just feel like everyone is so, you see 19-year-olds who seem like they're 30, and you see 30-year-olds who seem like they're 18, and it's not that is the case, because there's so much that happens in that, informative decade, but, I think now more than ever, it's kind of like a cross generation. Like I was at this party and like Snoop was there, and like one of the guys from Ray Shremmerd was there, and like, but everyone was kind of on the same level. I don't know. I'm still. I mean, I definitely think you have to be around people who like are really active and.
How do you keep your finger on the pulse? You said that, and I think that's absolutely accurate. Like, you are someone who gets the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I'm just in there. I'm so, like, I remember being, like, from a mountain town, upstate New York. Only radio that came in through the stations was NPR and country. But I just still knew, like, everything that was playing top 40. I didn't even have a TV until I was, like, 15. But I just was, like, I just totally get it. I mean, I might not always reflect it, because, like, my reflection of what's going on in culture is going to be my own little thing, but, I think just some people absorb everything. Or I'm a little bit like a sponge in a mirror, you know, a little bit reflective, and I absorb a lot, you know. It comes from being, maybe it's like having to do with being an empath, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm an empath, if that's like a technical term, but just being like, I know a couple people, I don't know them, but like I see a couple people make music, and I think some of the stuff is like really, really off, you know, and I think like, man, like what part of that feels like people are gonna like that? I don't know, not everything, but like, I actually think music is better now than it has been ever. Like, I love all some new stuff, but.
So how do you, but so much of what you do is nostalgia, too. And Rick said an interesting thing, which is like
I've never heard him say that.
Modern nostalgia, I think, is what he said.
I don't know what he said, but I didn't know he thought that.
How do you know? Because one thing that, nostalgia can also be very corny, like when it's not done well.
Sure, it can, yeah.
So how do you know when something, if you're talking
about...
Well,
that part I can't control as well.
What do you mean?
Sorry. Like,
No, what do you mean by you can't control it?
Well, like, I have a retro sensibility that is just like my phrasing or whatever, you know, that just is what it is. The way, like, someone's flow might be fast or slow. So, my phrasing comes out retro.
But you also sing about, you know...
That's kind of a coincidence.
So, but how do you not be corny? Like, you're not corny. So
well, I mean, I know I walk the line sometimes. Like,
when do you walk the line?
Well, I know, like, people, like, I saw comments on that people said about, like, my little Coachella Woodstock in My Mind song. But, like, I write that title and I'm like, okay, I know I went there, but I think it's, like, amazing.
Yeah, it's very on the nose.
It's on the nose. It's so on the nose. But it's, like, sometimes things just are what they are. Like, I'm at Coachella for 3 days and North Korea is fucking pointing a missile at us. Like, that's all I'm literally saying. Like, nothing else. And I'm watching Father John Misty, you know, with my fucking best friend, who's his wife. It's just like, yeah, I'm a hipster. I know it.
Yeah, I'm a hipster.
Got it.
I love that.
Got it.
Yeah, people are afraid of that word. You're not.
Yeah, no, I'm a hipster. But I'm
A dipster? What does that mean?
I'm fucking kidding.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that song is like, I mean... Yeah, I'm a hipster is just like a great line. That could be a song.
That's a headline. Just kidding.
But no, I mean, it was. I think one of the things you like about '60s music too is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just so when you listen to music from the late '60s and early '70s, it just is such a raw reflection of what was happening at the time. There's no intermediary.
Yeah, for sure. And like that whole like Haight Ashbury movement, where Rick's from, like, Bay Area stuff, and and the SoCal stuff, like Joni Mitchell and fucking Crosby, Stills and Nash and the Eagles, it does kind of blow my mind, and that whole early 60s, like, summer of love culture, I mean, like, yeah, well, like, Woodstock.
You love it?
I love it.
You have a line on the album that... you say summer, when summer's done?
Yeah.
Which made me think, like, because you sing so much about summer.
Yeah.
I wondered what that meant.
That's in Change, in the chorus. Change is a powerful thing. people of powerful beings. Gonna find the power in me to be faithful. Change is a powerful thing, I feel it coming in me. Maybe by the time summer's done, I'll be able to be honest, capable, blah blah blah. Well, I wrote that last month, so I literally was thinking, maybe by the time, fucking October, because, you know, it's hot until October, maybe, you know, in between now and October, I'll get to that spot where I really don't feel as much of a, you know, just where I'm stepping out of even more turmoil than I've experienced in the last 5 years. And that's all personal stuff.
You want a calmer life.
It's not, I mean, would I sum it up like that?
What was the turmoil? I'm good with the follow-up.
You're really good. No, you're on it. Super on it, which is amazing, because that's like what... those really are the important questions. Like, nothing else really matters. I just don't know if I have, like... You know, if I have the answers.
Well, what do you have the answers to? As far as, like... I mean, you do keep what is personal on your record ambiguous. It seems like on purpose.
Well, for the hard stuff, yeah.
The hard stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
for the real life stuff, I'll take it to a certain point. Like, I think Change is a vulnerable song, saying, like, you know, yeah, like, when I don't feel beautiful or stable, I'll still try really hard to, like, not lie or to whatever. So that's someone who really is trying, you know, but isn't quite there yet.
Trying to be vulnerable.
Trying to be, trying to keep together, number one, or just keep it together, and then also brutally honest when it, because, like, the truth hurts sometimes, but
the truth hurts?
The truth can hurt when you're telling it to, sometimes, like, I don't know how to phrase it. Like, the truth is only important to some people, to other people it's not. But to me, it is important, but it can hurt, you know, I don't know, people in your life who aren't necessarily truthful, don't want to hear it.
What are some of those truths that you're exploring on this album?
What are some of those truths? I'm not exploring too many of them. I'm just stating that I am exploring them in my own life.
Okay.
I'm just a nod to, like, there are things going on here.
Well, can you tell me some of the things?
Not really.
None of them?
I have in my own way.
You have in your own way?
I have in my own way.
Oh, are you, maybe, yeah.
I mean, I
mean, yeah, I mean, there's some pretty vulnerable songs about relationships on the album.
Yeah, like, I mean, what's pretty obvious is that I'm trying to, yeah, not be in relationships I find really difficult or challenging in the wrong way.
I mean, that's incredible, Lana. Like,
yeah.
Some people never.
Well, some people never do, and then some, and some people never even have to go through all that stuff. You know, some people are just, like, a little bit easier.
So that ultra-violence woman,
yeah,
who is, like, so, and Born to Die woman too, to some extent, who's so, like, swept up.
Swept up, yeah.
You don't feel, you're not there anymore.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's a we'll see thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm trying.
Do you feel like a little, it's almost like, or do you feel like a little bit addicted to the danger stuff? Is that why you get, why do you have to try?
It's just because that's, like, been my experience up until now. Yeah.
Do you think you romanticize danger? No.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Even though you sing about it a lot?
Yeah.
So your way of singing about it is to say...
It's just the only thing...
No.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, like, do new things.
So how do you be healthy in your life now? Is it stuff you eat? Is it...
Yeah. All that normal shit.
Yeah, So
being outside.
Yeah, well, what's your day-to-day like where you're trying to be a healthy Lana Del Rey now?
You can't put the line in there like that.
Healthy
That sounds
Lana Del
awful.
Rey.
Don't do it.
Okay, so what...
Like, just change it in
Does
writing.
everyone call you Lana? Everybody? Yeah.
Actually, though, I was walking down Fairfax last night, and Zane Carney, this musician, literally, it's like wearing this. I don't even know. 200 feet away, he's like, who is he? Fuck is that? And Zane Carney and his brother Reeve Carney are like these just like amazing, really great musicians who made their first record a year before I made my first record with David Kahn, and they really helped me through that experience, which is pretty challenging.
But it was weird to hear, like, you're Lana.
I hadn't heard that in a long time, so yeah, but...
You hadn't heard it a lot. Like, even your sister calls you Lana.
No, she calls me Fui.
Fui?
I don't know how that started. It's like a little nickname.
Do your parents call you Lana?
No.
No.
Yeah.
That they're the only ones. They can get away with it.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask you? Oh,
Oh, yeah, I can remember you.
I was going to ask you about,
That was it.
No. Oh, a lot of the songs. Oh, why do you have an obsession with cars? They're always on your album covers.
Yeah.
Do the song White Ferrari
Because
or White Mustang.
needed a vehicle to take me to a different zone, like in terms of, like I needed to get away a lot, so it was like needed a change of fucking pace.
So car represents change to you.
Just the wanting to change. Same theme, you know. That
Wanting to
take
change,
yourself-
that's the theme.
Well, it's not the. Is the theme? No, I think it's further along than that, but. Well, it was further along than that. I feel like I'm in a little bit of a different spot now than I was for the first, 15 months writing the record. Like, I feel like I've had, a couple of. Yeah, I don't know.
Like what?
I was, more, I kind of thought the record was going to end up in a different spot than it's in now, but I really like where it's at now.
Where is it at now?
Well, I think there's momentum in it. Like, I feel an energy in it that feels a little different to me. Like, I love that song Cherry, even though I'm kind of like, bitch. It feels, at points I even feel a little annoyed, which I'm not even used to hearing myself sound that way.
Well, you have 4 duets on the album, 4? Why? Like, why do you all of a sudden you feel like you want someone else included?
Just had so much time, you know, like, as the 2 years went on, it was like, 4 didn't seem like that much, because it's kind of like every half year, you know? It's kind of like, hey, well, Rocky and Abel I knew would be on the record, just because I always told them if I ever had a feature on my record, it would start with them. Like, I told them that 6 years ago. So, I called Rocky and I was like, I'm doing it. Like, Abel's on it. So.
Well, you and Abel seem to see a lot in each other. What do you guys see in each other that you think, like, you have some kind of artistic, creative connection?
Well, we came up the same year, 2011. So me, him, Rocky, Odd Future, Azalea, Banks, and everyone. It was kind of like, I remember.
The New Guard.
It was like the cover of Enemy, like 25 new people, and it was kind of like, that was like the group, and I can't remember who else was on it, like maybe like a James Blake or something, or, so we all became aware of each other that year, and then, like with Rocky and Abel, I just always stayed in contact with.
I mean,
just chatting about nothing, really, and then I don't, you know, yeah.
Well, I mean, the characters of The Weeknd and Lana, a little bit that you play in video, like, is there something similar there about, like, is there something happening there?
Yeah, I guess so.
Can I ask you about drugs? Because people are saying that the Coke spoon necklace, have you heard about this? Is it a Coke spoon?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. It's funny. I've always always had that in my merch deck. It's just funny. I have like a flask and a lighter as well.
But you're sober, right?
I don't do coke.
Well, I was more thinking alcohol even, but yeah. Do you do any drugs?
Drugs?
Yeah.
No.
But do you drink now?
No comment.
Fair enough. But you sing about them a lot. Well, maybe you don't sing about
Not
them that
on,
much.
well, not on this record.
Not on this record.
But up until this point, like, yeah, it took up not a lot of my headspace, but it was like, yeah, I did used to do a lot of drugs, but no, I like actively don't now.
What kind of drugs did you do when you were younger?
No comment. But I think the coke, that's just like kind of funny. I'm just like, whatever. I just think that's funny. I don't think it's gonna make anyone do coke.
Are you conscious when you walk right up to the edge of sort of like a taboo?
Not really.
But you
See, that's the one thing I don't have my finger on. I'm kind of like, I am there, but I don't. There are times I don't really know it. Like, I'm just kind of like, there's certain stuff that I think is like kind of dope that like I know other people might be like, okay, you know, but I'm just like, what?
When you sing about like death, or you sing about like a toxic relationship.
That's real life though. Super real life.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of heat for saying like you wish you were dead or something. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, fuck that guy though.
The writer.
Fuck that writer though.
Well,
because like that dude came in right, like. Yeah, like, I'm your biggest fan. I just want you to know, and like, you know, like, this is a safe zone, like, before the red button was on. You know, it's like, you know, I'm gonna read between the lines here, like, you know, like, we'll make it work for you. Like, we're gonna make the story work for you. Like, I know you don't really like doing interviews. Because my publicist's, like, best friend, who I love, Carl, he's UK, Carl finished at Purple and whatever. Like, because I was like, I knew him from when I was 24 and whatever, so I was like, I trust Carl. I feel my little street side coming out. That's so funny. So, yeah, so like, and I was having like a really tough time. I was on the road. I was in Louisiana. I'd been gone from home for a year, and I was like really struggling, having a really tough time. And this guy, I was so stupid, you know, like this guy made me feel like I could just tell him whatever. Almost like a friend or something, and like, I just was stupid. I was like, I fucking want to die.
So you meant it in a more like casual way.
I don't really know, you know, maybe I meant it. I just didn't, you know, I just didn't think he was going to print it and make it the headline. Because like our rapport off the bat was different from like kind of a lot of people I had met who came in with like a lot of tough love, tough questions right off the bat, like feminism, heard you hate women, you know, it's like, yeah.
But you don't want to die anymore, it sounds like.
You know, look, that, just fuck that guy.
But I mean, it's true, like you're talking about how you want to change and you're thinking about the future and
Yeah.
you don't, I mean,
I don't know. I'm doing all the right stuff. That's all I know. You know, it's like I'm making records, touring, supporting people, whatever, being supported. So, I don't know.
like the line, I'm tired of feeling like I'm fucking crazy, is the line that I always think about because
It's a big, yeah.
But do you feel fucking crazy still?
Less than I did before. I have a lot of people telling me, like, you're crazy.
Who told you that?
That some of those people I was, like, alluding to.
What did it, why would you be crazy to them?
Because they didn't get their way. So I was crazy. So that's a lot to, yeah. People can make you feel crazy.
But you don't feel so crazy anymore.
I have to think about it, so I'm sharing after honesty. I don't know, that word is so relative. I don't know.
Maybe you don't feel isolated because
That's a true statement.
You don't feel so isolated.
Yeah.
Because you talked in the past about how you always wish you could find your community and you never did.
Yeah.
Something.
It can be hard out there for sure. Like some people want to be front men and front people because they like need the spotlight. That's a different kind of person.
You don't need the spotlight.
No, hell to the no. I need the. I mean, I'm happy now in the spotlight. I feel good there now. Whether it's like a video where I'm fake on the stage or really on the stage, but I know people who like live for it in the wrong way. So, like I met a lot of people, but I didn't really feel like they did it for the right reasons. And I don't know. I mean, it's I guess it's just like anything. It just takes a long time to like. And probably wanting the spotlight's not like a bad thing, but sometimes there can be like a lot of neuroses that come with people who need them.
It's funny because like the person that was Lana Del Rey at the beginning seemed like someone who really wanted the spotlight.
No.
No.
Totally not.
Really?
No. People, I just look a certain way. It's just a look, you know. It's like if I show up in like a short dress and big hair, you know. But no.
But when you're like in your like casual life, like I've seen paparazzi photos of you and looking at you now, like you're just like really laid back. And
But even then, like 7 years ago, like all those paparazzi pictures, like I'm just in my workout jacket and my baseball hat and jeans, and like the only time I was all the way done was in videos. But I was never like in fur like on a Monday, like ever. But that's what confused me about my early interviews. I was like, what are you actually talking about? Like, who are you talking about? Like, because I'm, you know, I would show up like this or whatever, but it was almost like I didn't though. It was like I had a mink around my neck. Even then, I was like, well, I think, yeah.
Well,
it was like a big old instant. It was like an instant impression.
Well, but also, like, I feel like now you just feel more like you're on Instagram, posting Instagram stories.
That's true. That's super different for me.
And you also, I have to ask you, when you said "go fuck yourself" to spin, it was my favorite thing in the world.
I DM'd them.
You said "go fuck yourself."
Because they wrote that fucking dumb article. What did they say?
They said that you said nothing in an interview or something. Sorry, I didn't mean to make a joke.
That was so funny.
But you feel... Sorry. You okay?
I don't know.
Are you drinking coffee? But you feel playful. Like, you're like, I could say go fuck yourself to spin.
Yeah.
That's kind of how you were, like, in your very early days. You tweeted at people.
Yeah.
So you're just back. You feel comfortable being back there.
Well, Mike, do I have a voice in? Yeah, I used to tweet at people back in the day, like if they said weird stuff.
Sorry, okay. I made you cough.
I love that, because I love that I did that. That's so funny.
It's so funny that you cough.
No.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck myself.
Yeah. What was going through your head?
I was like, yo, this is gonna be so bad, like film press send. And I was like,
Because you're trying to say fuck, like I don't care, fuck it.
well, like that's such a fucking, that is like so rude to be like, Lana Del Rey does a glossy interview about nothing. But then, I mean, when they posted the screenshot of it, I was like,
You must have known they were going to do something like that. No.
I thought they were going to write back to me. I DM people all the time telling them to just shut the fuck up.
You do?
Yeah.
Who do you DM to shut the fuck up?
I don't know. There was one shitty article in the last year that I read that I was like, ew, I won't tell you who it's from. But I DM'd them, and I wrote them a super long summary in 2 DMs about why they were wrong. So that same thing, kind of. And, or it was like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, but they never got back to me, so.
Your fans are obsessive.
They're pretty, I have some very dedicated fans.
Do they cross the line sometimes?
They fucking have.
Like, in what ways?
No, I've had people in my house for sure. Didn't know they were there while I was there. All the scary shit.
You were in the house?
Yeah.
And you found them?
Yeah.
And what did you do?
I fucking called the police. Locked my door.
What did they want from you when they're in the house? What
They
did
want to talk. Obviously, that's the one in, you know, it's like, that's the one in 100,000 people. That's crazy. Not invited.
Is that so terrifying?
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time sleeping when you know people know
I did for a minute.
Someone stole your car too, right?
So they stole both my cars and my jewelry. But actually, they didn't take my jewelry. They just put it in a different spot. Oh God, it was like.
Why do you think your fans go so crazy for you? What is it about you?
Well, I mean, you hear stories now, like, about people getting, like, robbed, and that's new. Like, I didn't even say anything when some of that shit was happening, because I was like, this is super strange. This is, like, stranger than fiction shit.
Can I ask you, this is personal, because I like, for me, and I don't know if I'm going to include this in the interview, but because this is a hard question to answer, your gay fans, like, I don't think you've ever been asked about this.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, like, my gay male friends, like, the way that they feel about you is like, it's something else.
Really?
Yeah. You must know that, like, that exists to some extent. Why do you think gay men, even when you, I think, like, okay, don't take this the wrong way, but when you're going through sort of a hard time in your career, they seem to hold you down. Like, they stayed with you.
They for sure did. And when I tour, whether I'm, like, at the Shrine in LA or in Norway or whatever, there's 20 rows, you know. It's like my gay fans, and I can see, I know that, I can tell, and I don't even know. I think we probably share a sense of vulnerability. Maybe being on the one end of the stick, that's not always so easy, and again, like, having the personality and the flair, finesse, and fire to make our own way to whatever that unique, probably creative end goal is, whether it's in the arts or whatever. So many of the people I work with and my friends are gay artists.
Like who?
Johnny Blue Eyes.
Oh yeah, I met him at the shoot.
Yeah, stylist, and another guy, Brett, and
What would you like your legacy to be? What do you think your legacy is?
You know, I am one of these people who does not think legacy.
Even though you're obsessed with other legacies?
Because I'm a learner. Because I feel like I've learned so much from, like, my own homework and, like, due diligence and whatever. So I learned a lot of what not to do.
Have you noticed that the sad music is now everywhere?
I have.
Like, Lil Uzi Vert has that line, "All my friends are dead," and I was like, that's a Lana line.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's happening? Even Rihanna a couple years ago, put out Anti, and I was like, this is ultraviolence to me.
There's been a major sonic shift culturally.
Yeah, which you did kind of early.
Yeah, I think I had a lot to do with that.
You do?
I do.
What do you think people listened to it and were just like, this is cool?
I don't know. I don't know if they thought that directly, but I feel like there was a shift in my records had something to do with it for sure. I hear a lot of music that sounds a lot like those early records. I mean, it'd be weird to say it didn't. It straight up sounds a lot like it.
Why do you think so much? I mean, a lot of music right now is just
because it's good.
Suicidal right now. It's nihilistic and suicidal.
That's true.
Why do you think that is?
Probably reflective of. Well, I mean, you know, music goes through changes like every 7 years. You know, it's like you had like the early 2000s like boy band era coming off of like late hip hop, like early late hip hop and grunge and then, you know, now you've got this interesting mix of a lot of different genres that are, I don't know if they're like nihilistic, but they're definitely, people are saying whatever they feel.
End of the world shit.
I don't know if I would summarize it as that, but it's like, I remember 7 years ago, I was trying to get a record deal. And people were like, are you kidding?
Why?
These tunes? Well, they were just like, there's zero marketing.
I mean,
zero marketing.
You also are, like, you made a song of the summer it's probably the only sad song of the summer ever.
True. Up until now. Yeah, you're right. It's weird.
It might be.
Yeah.
Like, everybody does the party summer song.
Yeah. There was just such a long time where people were, had to fit in, like, that pop box. Or, like, you were the Strokes.
Do you think you're a pop star? Do you think of yourself as a pop star?
Well, I'm very visible. That's what I feel.
Well, when you look at, like, Katy Perry,
yeah.
are you like, oh, I'm in that world? Or, like, do you feel like in the same...
Well, I mean, it's a weird thing online having so much to do with shaping a person's career, because I'm certainly as visible as her. I know, walking down the street, it's gonna be a similar situation. I mean, from my experience. But, everyone's got their own end goal in mind, I think it comes down to, like, where a person's coming from. Like, the reason why I love hip-hop is because it's always traditionally been about having a narrative, telling a story. And I like folk music for the same reason. So...
There were a lot of really folky moments on this album.
I know they're so folky, listening back to it with you. Like, the
Some-
Sean Lennon song is super folky.
Super folky, and also you sort of let loose on the structure a little bit. They feel a little bit more unfurling.
Yeah, that's true, I think. Minus the singles. Actually, not really. The singles are kind of weird, too. Lust for Life is kind of untraditional in the way it's spoken word at first, like the Climb Up the Age.
Did that just come naturally? Or were you
Yeah.
trying to do that? You were trying to free yourself of structure a little bit?
No, I wasn't trying to. Although I, really love the Shangri-Las, and I did want, like, a bit of a 60s influence production-wise. I mean, they're still mostly verse, chorus. But you know who's really untraditional, though, is Rocky. Like, whoa. He, like, normally, like, he would take a bridge or whatever, but he just kind of took over Summer Bummer, and I was like, okay, cool. He doesn't have any method. Not method, I mean, like, he doesn't have any structure that I could.
Did you know you wanted so much acoustic on the album?
Yeah, at first I did. And then, when I was done with the record, I was like, there's a lot going on here. There is a lot going on.
What do you mean?
Aesthetically.
With the album? What are some of
the acoustic elements with the
piano and guitar?
And then you've got, like, this other, like, I call it, like, the middle section, which is, like, Cherry and Summer Bummer and Groupie Love, and a song you didn't hear called In My Feelings, which is kind of similar production to the Rocky tracks. So they're kind of like daytime and nighttime music or something.
Yeah. And as I said, the singles are quite different.
They're pretty different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you feel like you had to make singles? Is that why why you have the Rocky songs and?
No, Rocky I always knew was going to be on the record up to a point, and then I was like, should I save this for, like, a mixtape or something?
A mixtape? You're going to put out a mixtape?
Does that sound great?
No, I love it.
Okay,
I think it's cool. I wish more artists would do stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and, like, we do have so much music, so I'm actually always pushing the label to, like, just put, like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but yeah, so, no, like, well, this is the first time I haven't really picked singles.
The label did.
Yeah, like, well, before I was like, I just want to make a video for Music to Watch Boys too, and I was like, alright, or Shades of Cool, this, like, jazz track on the last record, so, but, like, when I played Love for John Janik and Ed, my manager, and Ben, my other manager, they were like, I really wish that you would put this out first, and I was like, alright.
And then these other songs, or the label was just like, these are the singles?
Like Coachella, I just put out by myself. What else did I put out after that? Lust for Life. Yeah, they wanted Lust for Life. And then I wanted the Rocky tracks.
Oh, can you tell me the story of Stevie Nicks the day that she came in the studio, and can you tell me the story of the recording of that song?
Well, one thing that was kind of funny, like at the end of that track, like she does, yeah, yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, yeah, and she goes, yeah, yeah, and then I was kind of embarrassed. I was like, I sound so little compared to you, and she was like, that's good. You're my little echo, and I was like, Stevie called me her little echo. I just felt it's a stupid little thing, but she was there nurturing in that way, and not like belittling of the fact that I had like a more breathy voice, which I actually was not even aware of until I was shoulder to shoulder on the track with someone with less air in their voice, and I felt a little more like exposed in that moment. But she was like, "That's you. That's you. Just be you."
And she came in, and what was it like when she like?
She came in totally like straight off a plane from her last show of 70 Cities, which I was actually supposed to open for her, a theater
really?
tour. She had asked me in June through my manager to open for her, and I was like, oh my God, Stevie wants me to open. But I couldn't because like, I don't want to do a 60-show tour for sure. But I said, thank you so much. And anyway, she came off a plane from her last show, and she had already recorded half of it with Rick 1 week before that at Electric Lady in New York. But I just wanted to hear a couple of different things, so I asked if she wouldn't mind coming back in. And yeah, so she literally like flew through the door, like blonde highlights, rose gold glasses, like gold tipped nails, like rose gold lipstick, like gold chains, gold rings, black on black on black, like very stylish. And meanwhile, I looked like a housewife of 15, like hair like this, flannel on a flannel because it was a cold night, and I was like, why did I not dress up for Stevie Nicks? This is crazy. Anyway, she came in. She loves Rick so much, kind of like a big sister to him, and she just right off the bat started telling stories. She was talking about reuniting with Fleetwood Mac for this show that's coming up this weekend, and how she thought that was going to go, and whether she was going to do more solo stuff. And then she told funny stories of like all of the shit she got up to when she was like in her 20s, like, you know, I think she dated Jimmy Iovine.
She did?
Which was
I didn't know that. Just making
yeah.
sure it's going.
Which was crazy because, you know, I worked with him for a while, and she was telling me like she dated Don Henley, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, telling me a little about her beginnings with Lindsay and what that was like. Like, I can't remember who got approached by Fleetwood Mac first, like her or Lindsay, but I just remember her saying, like, I think it was Lindsay, and Lindsay said, it's this package deal, it's me and my girlfriend. And then she told me about, you know, struggles from 32 to 40, which she's very open about that in other interviews, about, like, how she wished she hadn't wasted some of that time. She has a lot.
What else would you like to achieve with your career? Like, what else do you want?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
No, I haven't really wanted to achieve anything like in a couple years, but I do have fun, like working with people I know.
When you say I haven't wanted to achieve anything, what do you mean? Like, you don't?
Like, it's not like I've called Ed while he's in London in the middle of the night and been like, Ed, this is really important to me. Like, I've got to play the Super Bowl or whatever, you know. It's like, no. I mean, but I have ideas that I think are cool, like doing like a coastal tour, like that starts in fucking Escondido and like goes up to Oregon or something. My booking agent's like, and what's that capacity? Like 160? Great, you know? So I have things that I can visualize that I feel like would be fun. And then, you know, like, before I put out these tracks with Rocky, you know, I'd just go down to the studio and listen to stuff he did, or like if Father John Misty or John Wilson and Silva like were working on a record, I would just go listen, or I didn't always, like I was saying before, I didn't always step in and collaborate, but like I like a good jam session, which happens maybe every month and a half or something at somebody's house, or so. And I love making my records. You know, I want to keep putting them out, and I don't know. I like making the videos.
You like making videos?
Yeah. So. I mean, I could see myself doing something really different. Like, I could see myself, as well as doing like a mixtape, doing something more experimental that was more like transformative in terms of like playing with new sonic stuff.
What are the pressures on you that you feel creatively?
Maybe not to reveal too much, but also never to put a track out. Just to make sure I'm being really true to myself.
But not too true.
Well, that's good. The way you say it makes it sound like it's a bad thing. I'm not sure. Yeah.
So you have to balance being honest but keeping something secret. Not secret, but private.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to have your own life. It can be hard, with how accessible things are. Not just like in the news, but like hacking, it's really hard, Email is just a no for me.
Do you feel like, does it ever feel like you're trapped?
No, but I do a lot to make sure I don't feel trapped,
Like, what do you do? Because it does occur to me, like, sitting here talking to you and, like, you're not so dissimilar to someone like me.
No.
And yet you have this insane fame thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas I can just go to the bagel store and you can't. So how do you...
But I go.
You go.
I just deal with it. But I go. Like, that's the thing that's cool. Like, every day, Hollywood Boulevard, whatever. Fairfax, whatever. People will be like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up? And like that happens every day. But like like on my way here, like I got my coffee at the gas station. Like the girl at the register was like, hey, Lana. I was like, hey, what's up? Can I have a banana? So it's different. But I think you make a personal choice, like, about whether you're going to do all the same stuff or none of the same stuff. And there's not really a middle place.
There was a period where you weren't, though.
Yes. I couldn't.
When was that? Like
2013 and 14.
Ultra then? Is that?
It was right before.
And you felt trapped, like you felt like stuck.
I was just super visible. I was still living in London half the time, which was a little bit hard because it was small, hard to get around. New York was also kind of hard to get around. And I was transitioning out of like my real first relationship in by the end of 2014 or something, I don't remember. But so it was a lot. And being in New York, doing everything on foot, it was just a lot of traffic all the time.
Did you hole up in your apartment a little bit?
Well, in the studio. Yeah.
One of the things that I find so, like, exciting about what you've done is when you were going, like, surely you talked about that you went through sort of a tough period, like, after Born to Die.
Yeah.
People were being mean and there was backlash.
Yeah.
Some people would have taken that and said, well, I guess I should try something else.
100%.
And you doubled down.
I so doubled down.
You were like, I'm making fucking ultra-violence.
Yeah, for sure.
Where did you get that courage to do that? How did you know, when you were getting beat up on and picked on, did you have to,
No, I'm like a hard worker. Like, I'm so used to putting in the time and the footwork. Like, I build things slowly. So I knew it was like double down time.
But, it didn't make you question yourself at all?
Yeah, it made me question
What did you
myself.
question when all that was happening?
I mean, I didn't know if it was always going to be that way. Yeah, well, you can't put out records if 90% of the reviews, like in the Times or whatever, and the Post and whatever, are going to be,
Negative.
like -5. I mean, that would be crazy. but I was like, well, let me put out like 3 more records and see if I can just stand in the eye of the storm a little bit more, not shift too much, like just let me, you know, I didn't even think like, let me just tell this a different way. It was like, let me just take some of this stuff off and let me see if you can hear things a little bit better if you don't
Oh,
have
so
to.
you took the pop production stuff off.
Yeah, at first.
And you thought, like, maybe that would, like, help people see the real you?
I thought maybe people were getting distracted by, yeah.
By, like, yeah, by the production.
Yeah, but also it was like, I was kind of, I was, you know, doing a lot of the things people asked me to do, which at the time it was my pleasure, you know, whether it was interviews or like, and whatever you do for like leading up to the rollout of a record.
Did you ever worry that your career was over at that in that time period?
Yeah, I mean, no, it was over. I mean, it would have been easy. It would have made sense to step all the way back. But even by the time I was like 24, I had put in too much time. Even when I felt like I really didn't want to like make another track in the moment, I was like, I mean, I've been doing this for I probably have like 350,000 hours under my belt, like 14 hours a day since I was 17, like by the time I was 24. It was just so committed to making music, but I didn't expect it to go the way it did in 2012, 13.
Yeah, it freaked you out.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was so unexpected.
Why didn't you react to that?
I think I was putting out a vibe.
Like, what was the vibe that you were putting out?
Weird. Or whatever. I was different though. I mean, I am different. Like, you know, it's never gonna be just one. It's not just gonna be what you see, what you get. You gotta read between the lines a little bit, you know, like you have to make assumptions, and people made assumptions, you know, but they were like, yeah, I knew I was never gonna like, I'm not gonna spill my guts, all of them, on the floor, because it's just not in me. It's like not, you know, like, if I'm not afraid of a conversation or whatever, but I mean, I believe some things are sacred and private.
Did it ever feel misogynistic to you?
No. Well, women hated it, you know.
What do you think women hated you for?
I know why. It's because there were things I was saying that either they just couldn't connect to, or maybe worried if they were in the same situation, would put them in a vulnerable place or whatever. Because obviously any review is, or whatever, or opinion, has mostly to do, other than just the facts of what someone's like spitting out at you. Like, it's your perspective. So, you know, there's a lot of...
You weren't singing empowering things, necessarily.
No, that's probably a true statement. I wasn't singing empowering things. I was just... Yeah. No, not necessarily.
Right.
That wasn't like my angle for sure.
Because that wasn't true.
I didn't really have an angle. That's the thing. Like, I definitely wasn't saying like, stand strong and whatever. You know, I was just kind of. This is what I did on Tuesday. I don't see that
That was
anymore.
true. That was the person you were.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
So ultimately, Ultraviolence, like, that feels like a huge turning. Did that feel like a turning point at the time, and that was received so well? You doubled down. You made this like fucked up, insane rock record.
Yeah.
That is like.
Well, I was glad it was received well. But I didn't know what was going to happen for sure. But I did, when I started seeing reviews that were not horrific, I was like, sick. I can make another record.
I mean, you made, like, that album to me is, like, it's so on the edge.
Really?
Of danger to me.
That's crazy.
It doesn't feel that way to you?
No, I haven't listened to it in, like, 2.5 years now.
It's such a swirl of, like, there's the hit me and felt like a kiss thing.
Yeah.
There's the fuck my way to the top. There's
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a dark
Wow.
record.
So dark.
Was recording it dark?
Not recording it. Actually, it was kind of dark. I mean, Nashville was down.
But living it was dark. Is that your most autobiographical record?
No.
Which one is it?
All of them.
All of them, equally.
Yeah, the same. I surprised myself. Like the last record, you know, I listened to a song like Terrence Love Season, and I just really feel for myself at the time, like, and the person I'm singing about, like, yeah, like you are, I don't know, you are what you are. Yeah, it's just like, did I really just say I don't matter to anyone? That's fucking crazy.
Did you feel that way?
I guess so. I
It was
sang it.
It was also pretty brazen of you to cover Nina Simone, I thought. In a
Totally
cool way.
brazen. I didn't want to feel like it was bold, but I was worried for sure.
Because she's such a sacred political figure.
Just sacred. And politically, yeah. But I was like, but Nina's story, you know?
The sadness of the story.
Well,
What about her story?
I just I connected to her. Yeah. I was worried people were gonna, you know, say what they could have said.
Well, if you hadn't pulled it off, they would have.
I actually really, I do love how that track came out, and like, props to my engineers for giving it that vintage feel.
Black Beauty is one that I come back to because
Really?
it's so sad to me.
It's a sad song.
And I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I get like that sometimes where it's like everything is black. The
Right.
sky is black. Well, that song is like...
Well, what's...
It reminded me of some of the song music on this because it's super vulnerable and it's you being totally earnest. I feel like, right?
Yeah, well, because in that song I'm like, I keep my lips red, you know, like cherries in the spring. Like, not everything has to be so dark blue. You know, it's like that's a girl, like, she's still seeing the skies blue and like a little pop of color just for herself, you know, but like this person, it was all black for them, and my world became inky with those overtones.
So that's what you're trying to shed a little bit. Those kind of people. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry, what made you cry right there? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I'm sorry. Not you. I was, in that moment, I was connected to the, a feeling of just having, just only being able to see a portion of the world in color. When I said that pop of color, and I just connected for a moment to feeling like most of it was not colorful enough. And when you feel that way, that is trapped. You can feel trapped. So, yeah. Tears.
Are you seeing the world in color now?
I don't really know how to describe my perspective at the moment.
But you're trying. And that's what perspective is about.
It's not.
It's not. Oh yeah, you said it's not.
I don't know what it's about. I just know when you ask me, it feels like a no. I don't know what it is. It's just,
You want to be happy, though, is what you're trying to say.
no.
Yeah.
It's not either of those things, I don't think. It's just that something's happening.
Something. You can feel it. And you're hoping that the thing that's happening is you're getting to a place where you're happier.
I guess so. I don't know if I'd want that line printed.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have control over that, but Like, I don't know if I want that to be the story. Because I don't know if that's the story yet.
Well, what bums you out now? What makes you happy now?
I mean, I'm really simple. Like, you know, I really love just, like, I love the nature of, like, LA, like, the hikes and stuff like that, and, like, being by the water, and I don't always get in, but, so, like, I'm very, again, like, I love the elements, and, seem like playing, like, an outdoor festival, love that feeling, and I do, you know, I do love playing, like, a big outdoor show, and,
What so bums you?
I don't know, maybe I feel like going backwards.
Feeling like going backwards. And sometimes you do feel like you're going backwards.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Is that why you started to cry right there? You were thinking about this past time in your life, and you were feeling like maybe you go back there sometime?
Apparently. God. Britney Spears like Diane Sawyer. There's just like,
have you ever cried in an interview before?
No.
Do you cry a lot?
Sometimes.
Pretty when you cry.
Yeah. Not that often. Not that often. If I do, it's more like out of frustration. Like if something goes super wrong, or like, you know, if I'm in a relationship and it ends and I don't want it to, I definitely cry.
Is it hard as an artist to be in touch with, like, I mean, I was a lot.
How much do I look like I'm crying if Ed sees me?
You're good. You look good.
Flash?
Little, like your eyes are.
Is this
no,
flash?
your lashes look good, but your eyes are a little shiny.
Little red, right?
Yeah, but you do look pretty.
Okay.
Like, I've talked to artists, for instance, who like don't want to go to AA or get sober because they're worried that they're not going to be able to tap into the dark energy that makes their music so interesting. Is that a balance you have to strike sometimes? Because you're like, that kind of shit can be inspiring for you. Is that?
I have no comment.
You have no comment. That's interesting. You have no comment. That's okay.
I definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could.
But is it? I guess then I'll ask it a different way. It's just like, is it hard to always have one finger in the electric socket of sort of like difficult shit for music?
You mean like, is it important or is it?
Both. Is it important? Or does it also make your life difficult sometimes?
You mean to have difficult stuff going on? Or
No, to have an art practice that sort of not relies on it, but that.
No, that's the thing with me. Like I never wrote better when I had a lot of turmoil going on. Like with Born to Die, it was already done before any of the shit hit the fan.
You mean the career shit when people were being like assholes?
Yeah. And then like I had some other stuff going on as well that made it all feel like a lot. But yeah, I think it's that when things are good, like the music is better.
And things are good now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're good. They're good.
What else do you want to say about the album that I didn't ask because it's fresh for you right now?
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I mean, I'm excited thinking about whatever will come next. Like there are a couple tracks you didn't hear, which end the record, where I was wrapping up my feelings about just whatever, everything, anything. And yeah, so I don't know, it's like
some of the songs feel like goodbyes because there's a couple songs where like you're not meeting the person you're supposed to meet and they don't
Really?
show up. Yeah, the Sean Lennon song is about like.
Yeah, funny enough, that's the one track I felt like wasn't mine.
Because he had to. Did he?
I don't really know. He wrote his verse.
He wrote his verse.
Yeah. Yeah, I just yeah. Funny that you say that because that was the one chorus I was like, this is about nothing, like nobody. But I definitely felt like it was about someone else's something. Like if that could be possible, if you could reach into the ether or whatever. And
it's crazy that you have a mention of John and Yoko on a song that you're singing with Sean.
I know, that's why I had to be like.
Yoko's heard it?
Yeah, she heard it.
What did she say?
She said it was her most favorite thing Sean's ever done. I FaceTimed with her.
You FaceTimed with Yoko Ono? She said, it's my most favorite thing Sean's ever done. That's so sweet.
He thought so too.
What is it about John and Yoko's relationship that you find really cool?
Well, I mean, they're an iconic couple. The idea of what, I don't know what they really, really had, just like you never do. No, famous 60s couples or whatever had, but, I mean, well, they embodied the spirit of the 60s for a minute. You know, like a couple songs that didn't get on the record that were also political. It was like this one, you know, like they had that Soviet man really made them globally famous. Like, war is over if you want it. So that was a big, you know, their anti-war sentiment was a big reason.
And their love was like...
And their love for each other was totally...
Gold.
It was gold. Yeah.
Do you think, like, are you feeling hopeful about the future? Or do you think the
Yeah.
war's going to end? Do you feel hopeful?
I do, yeah. I do.
What makes you feel hopeful, even though this is such a rough time? Global war. I mean, I was just reading...
We've been through that. That's what that song, When the World Was at War, We Kept Dancing. And we've done this before. We've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
We're just doing it again. Gotta keep doing it. Show up. New generation. Show up for the culture.
I read this terrifying thing that global warming was like
I know.
Did you read that?
The thing about the coastal towns or
like that our children
I know.
might live on a planet that's too hot to live on.
Yeah. It's scary.
It's scary.
It's frightening.
It's like it's hard to maintain hope at this moment.
Well, you know, it's like that saying, an ounce of prevention creates a dose of cure.
I don't know that thing.
Yeah, well, it's about how if you do things in the right measure, in the right time, even if it's just a sprinkle of it, it could prevent mass chaos, basically, or like mass destruction or disease or whatever. But I always think about that because in a person's career or in a society's legacy, or at this point the world, there is like a turning point where if you don't do things in enough time, there's going to be a time limit on that thing. You know, like a career that's in jeopardy. Double down, do the work. You know, don't fuck up. Don't say something stupid.
So that's interesting. That's sort of what you're saying you're doing now. To have
I did that already.
You did that already.
Yeah, I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah. All I really had to do was, you know, not quit. Because I believe in what I do, you know, but I just had to not stop doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then also not indulge in anything that would, like, make me totally, you know, not be destructive or whatever.
Do you have destructive impulses, do you think?
I think we all do. I've known people who were so straight, and then, like...
But you sting on the edge of those destructive impulses.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously I do.
You notice it in yourself. How do you not be destructive? How do you keep yourself from being destructive?
You try. You can't ever say like just this one time. Like you can't just say like just a taste or like just like I'll see him like just once or whatever. I mean it's hard.
I was thinking about like this guy that just broke my heart. Like
really?
Yeah, we're like on the verge of spending one more time together, and I'm like, I want you so bad, but
I still do it.
You do it with who?
You don't know, or them. Thank God.
You still do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so is this the ultraviolence?
No.
No, but another person who wasn't good.
New person. It wasn't bad. Just it's not right. There's something off. Really off.
So you're trying to break these patterns, I
I'm
guess.
trying.
You're trying to break these. You have bad
because
patterns.
I need a lot. Like I need support, and what's familiar to me is like it's just not the right kind. It's not the right kind.
You always go for the wrong thing.
It's the wrong thing.
I do too.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Is it low self-esteem?
No, it's a familiarity factor.
It's just like it becomes a pattern.
It becomes a pattern.
When did you start doing that? Why do you think you started that? Was
Think out of college. No, in college.
You just met a jerk.
I was just really on my own. I had already been on my own for 4 years in boarding school. And I was like, I've just got to reach for somebody. like someone.
Do you feel supported now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, these guys are, they're amazing.
Why did you delay the album? It seemed like you were trying to go back in the lab
I
a little
wasn't
bit.
ready.
You weren't ready.
Love got leaked in February, and I was, like, I was shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we had shot the video already.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't supposed to come out until April.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought the record would come out. My plan was for it to come out June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the date from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But I never thought it would be ready
But is it safe
until July.
Is it safe to say that you're like, it seems like you're trying different things?
No, I just wasn't. I was never going to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I knew it was probably going to be a 20-track record with like a little bit of a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is there a storyline?
Yeah.
What's the story?
I have to figure it out.
Oh, you can't even give me a hint?
Not really.
Because I didn't hear an order, so it's...
I know.
But each one is a chapter, in a way?
No, not a chapter. What is it? I don't know what it is. But there's a beginning and there's a middle.
What's
That's strange.
What's the first song is Love?
Mm-hmm.
So it starts happy.
It starts happy.
What's the last song?
Get Free.
I didn't hear that one.
No, you didn't.
Tell me about the last moment on the album to the end of the story. What is it?
I'll wait for you to hear it.
Oh, come on. But what's the weird middle then, at least? What is that about?
A cherry is weird to me. Summer Bummer is like, what? Like, why?
Well, Summertime Sadness.
Yeah, but it's like, aren't we done
Aren't we
with
done?
that? But no, we're not. And even Groupie Love, I'm like, okay, stand side stage. Cool.
I have to say, when I heard Groupie Love, I was a little surprised.
I was surprised at myself.
What surprised
I
you?
don't know. I was just like, okay.
You're the one who has groupies.
I know.
But you're still singing about being a groupie.
Yeah. What habits I had.
So interesting.
Still love a rock star.
You still love a rock star. Oh, that's a clue, maybe.
Maybe. Rap star.
When there are rumors, well, this is a Pitchfork interview, so it's maybe not cool to talk about.
They're usually true.
They are?
Usually.
Are you telling me that?
No.
Because there were so many rumors this year
There were.
about a certain rapper,
Mm.
and you said you like rappers.
Mm.
So they're usually true, is what you're saying?
Usually.
Yeah.
Maybe where there's smokers, but...
You're good at this. You like just
I
enough,
can't, because I can't actually say it.
you like just enough ambiguity.
I don't want to be ambiguous. I wish I could help myself out, do myself a fucking favor, and like... But...
Mm-hmm.
Getting there.
Is it still with the same person?
I mean, the fact that we're even sitting here talking is, like, amazing to me.
Why?
Well, because... Well, okay, like, I did, like, an interview for Complex on camera, which I haven't even done in 6 years.
Yeah, why haven't you done that?
I don't really want to see myself, like, chatting.
Oh.
It's one thing to be, you know, like,
Dolled up
in a
and-
pool
yeah.
or whatever, but, you know, me, like, I don't really want to watch my own, like, reflective process on the screen, because I'm still,
Figuring it out.
yeah.
But so why is it a miracle that this interview happened?
It's not a miracle, it's just, like, at another time I might have felt more guarded.
So you feel loose now?
I feel less guarded.
Less so. I mean, one thing that's interesting about your career is that you're a testament to, like, you were one of the first of a generation. You didn't need, like, you don't need radio.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do interviews.
No, not really.
Because you have, like, you can just put up social media and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, you built an alternative way to sell music.
Totally. And you can totally sell music that way. Like,
Did you do that on purpose?
no, I mean, I always thought I was going to be a part of that old school regime, like with a fancy whatever. And I have that, you know, I've got like a publicist, and I can't remember the last time I called a publicist to like do something for. In fact, I never have, unless it was like to issue a retraction, to like demand a retraction statement or whatever, which like never happens anyways. But yeah, so no.
But one of the things labels used to do was they crafted a star's image. And you didn't need that because you already had it,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah, I signed to Interscope. My record was done. Well, no, it wasn't done. Yeah, it was done without additional production from Emil Haney. who John Eamon, my A&R guy, introduced me to.
So you weren't even signed when you had worked with Rick and Emil and done all that kind of stuff?
I met Rick, for Emil.
Why do you think people thought that it was a lie and that you were signed? Like, why do people think that?
I have no idea. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
It was annoying.
Yeah. It was like, if anything, like I got signed because I'm on the radio in London. Like on Radio 1.
Did the authenticity stuff bother you when people said that?
Yeah.
Does it still bother you? Do you care about being authentic? Do you want
Of course.
You do. Do you think of yourself as authentic?
Of course.
What does authentic mean to you?
I'm authentically myself. I'm always coming from exactly where I'm at any given time, no matter what, without question.
Why do people hold you up as a paragon of not authentic? Now they think you're authentic.
Because they don't know what authentic is. Authentic to them is something that probably looks like a duck, whatever, you know. It's like, if you think about all the music that came out until 2013, it was super straight and shiny. Like, if that's authentic to you, yeah, this is gonna look like the opposite of that.
It was stylized.
I think that shit's stylized. I mean, just because I do my hair big, like, does not mean I'm, you know, like, a product of. It's like, if anything, I'm doing my own hair, stuffing my own fucking stuffing in there. You know, it's like...
You put stuffing in your hair?
Yeah, if I have a big house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... You know, whatever. Music was in a super weird place when I became well known, and I didn't really like any of it.
What didn't you like? What was an example of what you didn't like?
Nothing in particular. I just don't remember thinking anything up until that point that I was hearing was like what I was doing.
It was like that crunching Lady Gaga shit.
I didn't say that. You said that, and I have no further comment on that.
You're good.
I'm not retarded. Jesus.
You're good.
I'm not stupid. I'm just...
I'm not retarded.
Setting up to a fall.
Because I usually interview more indie people, and so it's like...
Whatever.
They'll say the thing. Although you say a lot of shit.
I say a lot of shit. I mean...
You're not shy about saying stuff.
Yeah.
But you didn't say, I wish I was dead. Oh, you did say it, but you said it in a way that you didn't think contextually was the same as what he thought.
Yeah, no, it was the same.
Oh.
I just didn't think he was going to print it. I was kind of like, we're friends, right? Or whatever. I don't... Stupid.
So...
Stupid on my behalf.
So...
He just seemed a little different.
Do you feel embarrassed about those moments and the feminism question? Like, does it now embarrass you?
I didn't say anything wrong with the feminist thing.
Right.
I never did.
Right.
I literally said what we need to focus on is what Elon Musk is focusing on, because that's where we're going. If you don't think we're going there, you're fucking wrong.
Right.
And I was right. But, you know, the feminist question is now a relevant question. You ask me now, it's like, I have an answer.
You're a feminist.
I mean, I could never even answer such a basic question.
It is basic.
It's so big. I'm not a basic bitch. But I can tell you that, you know, what I have done for women is just tell my own story, and that's all anybody can do.
I think that's true.
And it's beyond a woman thing. It's just like a fucking human thing. But, that being said, I do think we actually have new issues today if we had them 4 years ago, I didn't know about it, or maybe they've become enhanced, or there's been light upon them, but yeah.
You can't ignore them anymore. You're not in your own little Lana world anymore. You can't be.
No, that's not it. I was never in a world where I had to ignore anything. It's just there are things that have become issues now that weren't. It wasn't like gonna be a problem to get birth control 5 years ago. Not an issue. You know, or like the president didn't say grab him by the pussy 5 years ago. Not an issue. Someone couldn't run up to you and feel like they could sexually assault you. Well, it just wasn't gonna go over.
What do you think Trump understands about fame that worked to his advantage?
I don't know.
You don't know? Because you know fame pretty well. Like, you studied it, I think, right? And he seems to be good at something about fame.
I don't it has anything to do with fame. I think it has to do with what he needs to feel
Important.
valid.
Yeah.
And I think that what a person, the lengths and the distances a person can need to go and to take to feel validated can sometimes take you to president, it can take you to becoming a suicide bomber, take you to the world stage.
Is that what you needed to be validated?
Well, what do you think?
Do you feel validated?
What do you think?
I think maybe, yeah, but I think it's true of not just you, everybody that becomes a public figure, maybe. To stand on a stage.
I don't know. I would have to think about it.
Whether you feel validated or not now.
No, I would have to think about whether I needed validation.
Ever. I
didn't ever need validation. I needed extra support. Mm-hmm. But like I just always liked my music, you know.
You just liked it.
Yeah. So I never, even when people were saying whatever, I didn't ever think it was because it was bad. I was just like, this is gonna be hard work. Do I like want to do it?
It's cool that you trust your instincts.
I do trust my instincts. I really do. Like I never question what I'm doing. I just question whether I can like, you know, do it differently or do more or stop doing, you know.
I mean, you can pick up that you trust your instincts. Ultraviolence to me, I think that's what I was trying to say, was that like ultraviolence is like if a record label was sitting around a conference table after Born to Die and saying this is what you need to do, that is not what they would.
And they were not.
Were they pissed?
That. No, but they were just.
Had they
there was nothing. They were just like. I mean, they're so amazing. They were just like.
Do what you want.
They were just like, great, glad you're happy.
Born to Die sold 7 million copies.
Yeah, we sold a ton of records.
I mean, you sold more than Beyonce. I mean, I think,
tons. Like, it still sells.
How did that happen?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's the power of a song.
Which was, what song?
I think video games.
You think video
games? I do.
Is that, when you're dead, not soon, but in 100 years, and is video games a song people are gonna like, the time capsule Lana song, do you think?
Yeah, to be determined.
It's not for me.
It's not?
No.
What is for you?
It wouldn't be that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be that. Maybe Ride.
Ride, that's interesting.
Ride seems very pivotal to me because that's like a huge shift for you, don't you think?
I do think that.
Did you start to feel free with Ride?
Yeah, but I was misinformed. I misinformed myself.
About what?
I thought, like, constantly being on the road was freedom. But it still, again, it was like a running away from. I didn't know how to stand still. But I did get a sense of. But it did jumpstart me in a way, like, where at least I felt momentum.
Because that song is looser than the rest of Born to Die.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like on that song, you were like, you had some liberation. Like, you were just going for it.
I did, but it was temporary.
Oh, and then you went back.
Well, because, like, being in constant motion is not enough to sustain a feeling of like contentment. But it worked for me for a while, like traveling, touring, recording, meet people, whatever.
People make a big deal about the bikers.
It's a big deal.
With that, do you like bikers? Why bikers?
Love a biker. I love a biker.
I mean, it was crazy that you did that.
It's psycho. What the fuck? I don't even know.
That just sprang from your head to do that?
Nope.
What?
It was just like bikers on the road.
Were they you knew them, right?
No, I met those guys. I met on set, but they were friends with the director.
Was it fun to like hug up on them and shit?
Yeah. I don't know. It's fun. I was in the desert at like 3 a.m. with like all these. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. I love that video.
I love that video. And it really does feel like a turning point. It was like pre-ultraviolence almost.
It was, yeah. Yeah. There were a lot of music out in that one.
Will you ever make another film?
Like Tropical? Mm-hmm. Maybe. That would be really fun.
I really thought you were going to go more in that direction.
I did too, actually. Actually, I do feel like I'm more in that world now.
Can I say that? Like, I thought Lemonade sort of, like, had something, like, I thought Tropico made an influence on Lemonade. But nobody said that.
They didn't.
No.
They wouldn't, would they?
Did you think that though at all?
I don't know. I actually didn't watch them leave.
What did you think of Anti when you heard it?
The record?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Did you? It sounds like it's like Ultraviolence to me, but like R&B. That's how I see it. Not that it's the same album, but
yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, I thought the fact that they were playing songs from Anti on the radio was a good sign for me.
because
They didn't sound like a traditional 2010 single.
So you're saying hearing sad, fucked up songs on the radio?
No, but like not. I would describe it as not bombastic.
So do you think you're gonna get it on the radio now?
I have no idea.
Do you want to?
I'd be totally happy if I heard a song on the radio.
Because actually, some of the songs sound like trap music a little bit.
Yeah, love trap. Like, well, I mean, like, on my last record, I wanted to go there, but I just had too many jazz influences to fully go
But
there.
High by the Beach, you kind of did.
Yeah,
But like, so you wanted to kind of make a trap song. That was the intention a little bit.
yeah. I mean, I like it. I listen exclusively to hip hop and 60s music.
It's funny because that's your song. I agree.
Yeah.
I thought you really
Yeah,
do.
that's true. Yeah, since I was 14.
You wish you were a rapper almost.
No, hell no. Like, no,
Let's
not
not
a
go
rapper.
there.
No, I just like, but that's our culture. Like, hip hop is pop. At least it has been since I was 14 when when like the Eminem show came out.
So you're just more interested in being in A$AP Rocky's world than you are in being like in Katy Perry's world or something.
I mean, I just am in that world. I'm not. I mean, that's been my world. Like, I don't ever feel like I'm trying to like lean into. I feel like I'm there. Like, that. It's just who I.
Can you tell me about the night that you sang for Kimye? Are you able to talk about that?
I think so.
What was it like?
Well, let's see. I had to like duck into. Where were we? Like Versailles? I don't even know where we were. But I knew that it was a surprise for Kim.
Oh, she didn't know.
She didn't know.
Had you met her?
I hadn't met her, and so, but Kanye knew obviously because he got me to do it. And yeah, so I sound checked with my band, like in a black hoodie with like curtains all around.
Versailles?
Yeah.
You sound checked at Versailles.
Was that where it was? I
think so.
I
think it was at Versailles.
It's kind of a blur to me
But
right
that day
now.
you sound checked.
Yeah, that day. And then went back to the hotel and changed. And
It's a pretty dress, that cool dress.
I
Did Kanye
love
pick
that
that?
dress. No, I got that at Shireen down the street.
And what songs did you sing?
Young and Beautiful, Sometimes Sadness, Blue Jeans. I think I just picked whatever.
Kanye didn't request it.
He requested Young and Beautiful.
That's so funny, because that's a funny song about, like, fame and, like...
I know. But actually, that's like a huge wedding song. It's so weird. Which I think is so weird.
Was it surreal to be singing at Kanye's wedding?
Yeah. I had no idea how that was going to go.
How did it feel? Like, how did it go?
Well, the girls were, like, so nice.
The Kardashian girls?
Yeah, I mean, like, there was only one front row. Just
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
You know, like, right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And they were just, like, living for it.
Did
and,
Kim freak out when you walked out?
Yeah, loved it.
And then did you stay and party with them?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
What did you guys do? What was the party like?
They started playing just, like, Kanye and Jay-Z records for the rest of the thing, and everybody just, like, I think it rained, and everyone was, like, just up dancing in the rain, like, to Kanye, Jay-Z songs all night long.
Really?
I stayed for, like, 40 minutes, and then
You went back.
And then I left. I mean, because I was with my band. But, like, my band, like, massive Kanye and Jay-Z fans. So, like...
Are you a massive Kanye fan?
Oh, I like his records.
He loves you. Has he ever told you why he loves you?
Did he tell me why? I had lunch with him before his wedding. No, but he did say that he loves that song.
Which one?
Young and Beautiful. He liked that song.
That's interesting.
I know.
What do you think he sees in you? Because he really sees something in you that relates to him in some kind of way.
DIY factor. You know, there's not many people who just, like, upstart shit.
And the commitment.
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think he, like, knew from Jimmy that I had done everything by myself. So he was like, he had started whenever it was.
Did you ever guys try to record together or do anything?
No, never. I don't think we ever talked about it.
That's interesting.
I know.
Maybe it wouldn't work. Do you think it would work?
I think it would work. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. But he was working on. He was like He was really. When I had lunch with him, he was talking about like the palettes he was working on for his fashion line and how important earth tones were to him. So like he was very focused on fashion.
Yeah.
Like I think that was mostly what he. Yeah.
Cool. Well, this was really wonderful.
I know.
You feel okay about it?
I do. I think.
Okay.
I do.
You talked for a long time. We talked for a long time.
2 hours or something.
Yeah. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I